an element of a crime dito sa bill sa pinag-uusapan, hindi ibig sabihin na hindi nasusundin yung mga alituntunin natin about evidence. So in the same spirit, may safeguards sa tingin po ba ng resource persons natin, Mr. Chair, may safeguards ba ang bill natin, mga bill, para hindi naman magamit o maabuso ang mga ito tungo sa pagkitil ng dissent, diskurso at saka kritisismo sa loob at sa labas ng gobyerno? Would maybe DOJ have an opinion on that?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. And,
Before that, would like to acknowledge the presence of Senator Big Subiri. Please proceed.
yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. And with respect to the question of Senator Veras, yes, we do need to have some safeguards in our bill. And that's why, as I stated a while ago, Mr. Chair, when we define our crimes, especially foreign interference, we need to be very precise in our definition to avoid arbitrary application of the law, because it might, if it's a very broad definition, Mr. Chair, it might impair or violate some of the constitutional rights of our citizens. Mr. Chair, this is the same problem that we had when we examined before the Anti-Terrorism Act, because of the broadness of the term, for example, Mr. Chair. So that can also be a problem with respect to the crime of foreign interference. And because this can include economic infiltration, it can include disinformation, etc. So kailangan lang po i-tweak natin itong provision natin on foreign interference so that we have a precise definition of the crime with very clear elements, Mr. Chair. And of course, with respect to the other provisions, kailangan ng mga court order, etc., if you wiretap, etc. So may mga safeguards naman po in place with respect to this bill.
Salamat, ma'am, at salamat, Mr. Chair. And in fact, speaking of wiretapping, I appreciate na sa 4 na bills na tinatalakay natin, yung kay Senator Ping, in fact, requires the higher po na the order must come from the Court of Appeal. So na-appreciate ko po yun even just at this point in time. And last question ko po, Mr. Chair, on yun pa rin, Philippine defenses laban sa cyber espionage at warfare. Isa sa banta na dapat nating masinsinang tutukan ay yung banta nga nitong cyber espionage mula sa ibang bansa o state-sponsored groups. Gaya ng nakita natin sa ibang bansa, cyber espionage is no longer about intel gathering. It can cause real, or no longer only about intel gathering, it can cause real-world harm. Yan pong nangyari sa Russian cyber attacks sa Ukrainian power grid. And this is one area where we cannot be complacent, especially since we Filipinos are among the biggest internet users in the world. So baka siguro both ito sa DICT at saka sa ating defense establishment, are we currently devoting sufficient resources to cyber defense? Mismong North Korea nga, isa sa pinakamahirap na bansa sa mundo, may formidable cyber warfare unit. So tayo po ba, may sapat din po bang resources para magbantay laban sa cyber espionage? Maybe Mr. Chair, DICT would like to address this first.
Thank you, Madam Senator. Well, it's in terms of cyber resources, of course, much as we would want to implement more cyber efforts, but government is not really not at par yet with other countries in terms of the financial capability to address the cyber requirements. In fact, the ICT is endeavoring to pass a cybersecurity bill, and hopefully that will really upgrade our cyber capability. And the recent laws, especially the recently enacted law of the Konektadong Pinoy Bill, they have some provisions there in addressing the cybersecurity of our internet service providers or the data transmission industry players. So that will boost on the policy side. But really on the implementation side, we would really need to upgrade a lot of the capabilities, especially of government agencies, to be more cyber capable in addressing this. And also with that is the information, um, more information or education to our citizenry in terms of cyber knowledge. Like for example, scamming is very prevalent, and then if they don't know that the links that they are being sent in the text that they are receiving may have some malicious actors or maybe bots or something that can link them to more scamming, get more information, stuff like that. So there's really need to be more efforts in the government, and the DICT is really trying to do that based on the recent policies. And of course, the budget is coming up already, and we try to propose more programs that will address the cyber side. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Salamat, Mr. Chair. Please do that, ma'am. And na-appreciate ko po sa tanong nyo, sa sagot ninyo, lumalabas po talaga na may overlaps talaga sa ganito yung operations ng mga parang crimes in the civilian or the economic sphere at crimes din dito against the government itself or sa defense and security space. So similar capacities ginagamit ng mga malign including external actors tapos nagagamit sa iba't ibang larangan. Siguro, Chair, bago sagutin itong tanong nung defense establishment natin, idagdag ko na yung isang follow-up sa tanong ni Sen. Rafi kanina kasi tungkol din sa gobyerno na bukod sa nagde-devote na po ba tayo ng sufficient resources para sa cyber defense, are we taking active steps to secure our vital civilian and military institutions and protect them from cyber espionage? Whether yung mga particular tulad ng towers sa loob mismo ng ating sariling mga military camps, or yung mga military institutions natin, pati nga mga government personnel natin ay nasa cyberbully. Look at PCG spokesman Tariela, cyberbully siya ng China at ng mga trolls dito sa Pilipinas. So any comment on our current resources and steps to push back against yung ganitong mga violations, whether from National Security Council or yes sir, ASEC from Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair, Your Honor, magandang umaga po ulit. As for the first question po, yung sa tanong niyo po regarding sa cyber defense, well, cyber defense is a priority thrust po of the DND and AFP. And in fact po, in coming up with the re-horizoning, isa po sa mga tinignan po natin is kung paano po pa natin papaitingin ang ating cyber defense capabilities po.
Ito yung Horizon 3 ng AFP Modernization
Re-horizoning
Program, which
po.
is well supported here in the
Yes,
Senate.
yes. Which we would like to thank the Honorable Senate po for constantly supporting this endeavor.
Ay-
Then,
I'm sorry.
Mr. Chair,
Yeah, before that, si Senator Rafi. Senator Rafi. Senator Rafi,
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair. Maybe this question is for Nika, or meron ba tayong Intelligence Service of the Armed Forces of the Philippines or ISAF? You're from the ISAF, good. Yung mga nabibigyan ng immigration ng 9G visa ng mga Chinese nationals to work here in the Philippines, say mga Chinese teachers, how do you monitor these people? Kasi may batas sa China, yung tinatawag nilang Chinese espionage law, na bilang Chinese citizen, obligado ka sa batas nila na mag-espiya para sa bansa nila. Now, marami mga Chinese nationals na nabigyan ng 9G visa to work here, say sa mga school. Example lang sa Xavier, that's a Chinese school. Imbis na West Philippine Sea ang tatawagin doon sa tinatawag na West Philippine Sea, tinuturuan yung mga estudyante na tawagin yung South China Sea. Inobligay mga bata na matuto mag-Mandarin. That is something na pag-influence sa mga bata. But anyway, balik tayo dun sa nabibigyan ng 9G visa. Is there anybody? Minumonitor niyo ba yun, sir?
Sir, General Pasco, sir, from the office of J2. Sir, currently I am not fully aware of the 9G visas as to the
You're
elements
not
and
aware?
other, but I will research on that, sir, and will be part of our submission, sir, to the.
So from now on, dapat meron kayong coordination sa Bureau of Immigration. Lahat ng mga, hindi ko nila lahat hindi ko nila lahat. Each and every Chinese nationals that were given 9G visa to work here, dapat meron kayong monitoring system. Dahil again, like I said, may batas sa China na inuobliga lahat ng Chinese citizen na mag-espiya para sa bansa nila.
Yes, sir.
Batas nila yon.
We will include that in our monitoring, sir.
Okay. My second question is, during the previous administration, nag-donate ang China ng maraming computers by the hundreds or even thousands. And ang balita ko, pati AFP ata nabigyan ng computer na made in China dahil China dun, or PNP. Ano nangyari sa mga computer na yun? Hanggang ngayon ba, in possession pa rin kayo sa mga computer na yun? PNP or?
Good morning, Mr. Chair, and to the honorable senators. For the PNP, sir, I'm not yet privy for the computers that was.
Mr. Chairman, may I just ask a procedural with the permission of Senator Raffy Tulfo? It's
Yeah,
sort of like a point of order.
Good.
Kasi I noticed, Mr. Chairman, on many of our hearings, hindi nag-attend yung heads of the departments. So many of these people cannot speak for their bosses.
Exactly.
Yes, these are all representatives, Mr. Chairman. Maybe you should have another hearing and send the heads of the department a show cause order where they should not be subpoenaed. Because how much do they want this bill, Mr. Chairman?
Kasi puro alipores lang eh.
Sana lahat yung mga those invited, they should have, we should have invited, where's the COMSEC? Should have invited the heads of the government because this is a very critical issue.
Come on, with due respect to all of them, I know these guys are capable people, but this is a very important bill. We're talking about anti-intelligence gathering of different nationalities here in the Philippines. I think this is a very important measure. It needs the heads of agencies here to brief us. With due respect to everyone here.
May continue. Yung DND nabigyan din eh ng mga computers eh. Again, di mo alam ano. So lahat na tatanong ko, hindi nyo alam. So ba't pa tayo nag-uusap dito? Ba't pa kayo nandito kung hindi nyo masagot lahat ng mga tanong namin? And these are important questions that needs to be answered. That you always say, kanina pa, na hindi ko alam. Eh, wag na lang sana kayo pumunta rito. Again, importante sa akin to eh. Alam ko yung DND at PNP na bigyan ng mga computer donated by China. Several hundreds. Now, gusto ko lang malaman anong status ng mga computer na yon. Kasi ang alam naman siguro natin, hindi naman ako techie, hindi naman ako IT, pero yung isang computer system, pwedeng lagyan ng virus yan na later on, remote control, yung virus na yon pwedeng pagaganahin at any given time kung sino ang nagplanta ng virus na yon sa computer na yon. So what happens kung yun ay yung isa sa mga computer na may virus na ibigay sa DND? Well, may binigay sa DND pero nagkataon na ilan doon ay hawak-hawak ng DND and it so happen yung mga computer na hawak pa ng mga chief of staff ninyo. Hawak ng mga lieutenant general ninyo. You don't know?
Are you not aware of these computers that were donated by China?
Mr. Chair, Your Honor, I have no personal knowledge as to, I think it falls within the privy. Siguro po, administrative service po namin yung makakasagot.
No. DND also
Yes,
accepted
Mr.
donation
Chairman,
from them.
when I was Senate President, we had a briefing with the intelligence communities on this. It was admitted by then SILG, at that time, not Remulla, I think it was Abalos, that there were, and the PNP chief at that time, that there was several hundreds, tama po si Senator Raffy, na donate sa PNP and the DILG. Kaya sinabi nga namin kay Presidente, dapat iparicall yung palitan. So he directed at that time the ICT Secretary, the one who